years old, and I live in Cambridge, Ontario.
Hi, I'm Monica. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Ottawa, Ontario.
My name's Diane. I'm from Vancouver-ish, and I'm 19.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 22 years old. I live in Northern California.
So my name's Rachel and I'm 21 and I live in Victoria, BC.
Hi, my name is Raven. I'm 16. I live in Vancouver. I'm 19. I'm from South Carolina.
Hi, I'm 19 years old and I live in Vancouver.
My name is Zaina. I'm 16 years old and I live in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Hi, my name's Charles. I'm 24 years old from Victoria, BC, and I like Marianas Trench.
Hi, my name's Sage. I'm 18 years old and I love Marianas Trench.
I like Marianas Trench because they've got music for everyone, no matter what genre you listen to. There's something that appeals to everyone.
I've been a fan of Marianas Trench for quite a few years now. I love them for their personalities and their voices.
I love Marianas Trench because they're such genuine people and they're so nice, and Ian has helped me through a lot. I'm really thankful for him.
I like Marianas Trench because when I first became a fan, they were playing a lot on the radio, and I was immediately attracted to them because their music was not like anything that radios usually play. It was really different, and the fact that there was really no auto-tune.
I love them because they were sort of the soundtrack to my emo high school years, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like in a really good way where I kind of would just turn them up and listen to it on repeat and kind of take a break and zone out and whatever I need to do to kind of keep going.
They're really cool people. I've had a lot of good experiences with them. I don't really have anything bad to say, and I'm pretty much tight with them now, as you can see by my lovely wall.
They're also really great guys, and they know how to put on really great shows as well. I've been to 3, and each time they keep getting better and better.
Trench is my favorite band because they have beautiful lyrics and all their music is super amazing and creative and wonderful. And all the band members are super nice and sweet and kind and have done so much for their fans and know that they wouldn't be anywhere without their fans. And they're super humble about it.
And I like Marianas Trench because their music is so beautiful. Most of their music is so beautiful.
And the music that they put out is always amazing. I never get tired of it. They're just 4 really great guys.
I can really connect to it, and the lyrics that Josh writes are so deep, and they come from a deep and painful place, and I can really appreciate that because not a lot of artists can put out so much and expect not a lot from their fans like Josh does and like the band does, and it's really inspiring.
They were one of the first bands that I ever kind of had as an escape, where their music was something that I would just listen to if I didn't want to deal with anything else or whatever. And even if I was at school or wherever I was, I would have one headphone in and have them, and it was sort of like a comforting thing. And then I think the boys themselves, because they were so funny and the dynamic was so good between the 4 of them, and if it was watching their YouTube videos or when Twitter became a big thing.
I'm not actually sure how it really started. I just know that they played on the radio a lot, and I had a couple of friends who really liked them, well, sort of liked them, so I heard them sometimes. And then at some point I just started listening to them a lot.
I always heard their music on the radio, and then one day my friend Rachel gave me a trenchication. Yes, a musical education on Marianas Trench. It's a couple hours long, but it's well worth it. You'll be better off for it.
I decided to go on like a YouTube frenzy and just watched every video that I could find of like all the music videos and all the tour updates that they posted and all kinds of stuff, and then I suddenly knew like a lot about them, and it was a problem, but it was also great. And so yeah.
I started listening to them about 3 years ago because my best friend introduced me to them. She figured that they were a band that we could bond over at the time. And you know what? She's right, and we're still really good friends 3 years later, and part of it's because she is just as obsessed with certain music as I am. So they make me really happy, and they have a lot of fond memories for me.
Also, the fan base, like, I made tons of friends just because we were both fans of the band. So it was sort of the first time that I ever experienced the, like, fandom thing and, like, that kind of culture. So I have Mary to thank for that.
I love Marianas Trench because they've brought me together with so many of the friends I currently have. Like, ever since I started liking them, my whole entire life changed. Also love them just because of their personalities and how they interact with the fans. And they're all around just, like, really good people who are in it, honestly, just to make music and do what they love, which really shows throughout what they produce.
My favorite song would be Lover Dearest, and that would be because I'm dealing with the same thing that Josh dealt with, and it's proven to me that you can recover from no matter what you're going through, and that recovery is always possible. And when I listen to it, I feel a lot of, like, hope and like pride and, like, that I'm able to overcome what I'm going through, and that things will get better, and that I'm able to do this.
My favorite song by them's probably Stutter, actually, because it just makes me really happy. Like, I always want to get up and dance when I listen to it, and I'll listen to it when I'm really down, and it's so happy and upbeat, and I love the music video and just everything about about Stutter, like everything revolving around it is fantastic.
My favorite Marianas Trench song is Sicker Things, which is something off of their very, very old EP that they haven't made, like, a physical copy of. But it's my favorite song because it means a lot to me, and if you listen to the lyrics, a lot of it is discussing, like, hardships and stuff like that, and having gone through stuff like that. It's a very meaningful song, and when I listen to it, it reminds me of my past a lot, but I like to think that being reminded of your past is a good thing to think about and think about moving forward in life, because your past, in my opinion, shapes you a lot, and listening to songs like that, like Sicker Things, especially one of my favorite lines, which is "I'm fighting what I fought," is super important to me, and I love this band so much.
My favorite song off the old album is probably just Lover Dearest, because, like, in a different way I can relate to it, and it just has been a great song. And when I listen to it, it makes me feel good, because it's like someone understands, even though it's kind of a different situation, it's still similar, and someone else understands how I feel. And off the new album, my favorite song is probably One Love, just because recently going through a breakup, and it's just, again, comforting to know that someone understands how I feel.
My favorite song, well, one of my favorite songs is So Soon, because it makes me cry. And I really connect to it. I don't know why that song in particular, but I just do, and it makes me feel good about myself, because Josh's love life is so tragic. And
Masterpiece Theater 3, just because I really like the Masterpiece Theater album as a whole, and that song is basically all of the songs smushed together. There's this one part, like the second half of it, that's just a big medley of basically the entire album that you just listened to, and it's just so cool to see how all the songs fit together and make one big story, and I love that they do that with their albums. It's so nice. It makes me feel, I don't know, like excited, and I just love music. And
my favorite song, I went through like 10 or 15 songs trying to choose my favorite one, and I settled on Masterpiece Theater, and then I didn't know if I wanted 1, 2, or 3, and I kind of come back and agreed with myself on 2, just because I think it's the crescendo between the 3 of them and kind of connects them, obviously because it's the second one, and that was sort of when I listen to it now, it's sort of like a conversation that I would have had with myself in the thick of my sort of mental illness and how people felt about me, like my friends. And I think then I really could relate to it. And I remember I loved the screaming actually as well. Like I would put it on and turn it up really loud and just sort of tune everything else out. And that was, I think, the first song that I really noticed sort of the orchestra and all the sounds and the crescendos and the harmonies and that kind of thing was when I really started to appreciate it. But how I feel when I listen to it now, I just feel it kind of takes me back. And so it's a really weird experience listening to that song. And once I put on Marianas Trench now, like, I'm done for the day. Like, I just leave it on all day long and I don't do anything else. And even if I'm at work and I have it in, I'm just like jamming out. Because I just can't turn it off. And I think I forget how much I love it and how much I love them and how much I love the sound. Every time they put out something new, I just kind of fall in love all over again.
It's really hard to pick a favorite song because I love all of their music, but the first song that came to mind was Porcelain, because that song has had such an impact on me in the past couple of years. It's helped me through a lot of hard times, as have their other songs, but Porcelain reminds me that it's alright if you don't know what you need. That was a dumb pun, but the song just gives me a sense of security and it makes me feel better.
My favorite song would have to be Fallout. And why is it my favorite song? Because ironically it takes a deep and dark, depressing turn. It reminds me of my ex. Yeah, it kind of odd, but just when I sing along, it just reminds me of everything about that breakup, and it's something that helps me connect more with the lead singer, Josh Ramsey. He's gone through plenty of crap in his own life, and just to connect along is just one of those things that it's why we listen to the music. You want to connect with the singer.
I don't really have a favorite song by Marianas just because I love all of their songs for many different reasons, but I'm going to go with Beside You just because the lyrics Nobody Will Break You have been really important to me the past few years, and I don't know, I've kind of learned to live by them. I think that they're really good lyrics, so I'm going to say Beside You because that's a really special song to me, and I don't play it for just anyone. I only really play it around people that I care about or that I love, or just special people, because it's a special song and I don't want to ruin it by like playing it near rats and stuff. Because I feel really connected to it, just connected not only to like Josh and the band, but also to my friends and who I play it around, because I mean, obviously the message is saying like I'll always be right there beside you and everything, so I feel really, I don't know, really good and special when that song comes on, just because it's really important to me, and especially when I hear it live, I get chills because I love it so much. So.
I have two favorite songs. One song is my favorite like all-time song, which is Say Anything, which is the first song that I heard of the band, and it's what like hooked me into their music and really got me to look up who they were and just start listening to everything else. But my favorite Marianas song is probably Ever After, because it's such an epic song with such a climax, and just like when it was released, it was sort of the most epic thing that I'd ever listened to, like with the orchestra and everything, and it completely changes throughout the song. If you listen to the end and the beginning, you wouldn't think it was the same song unless you listen to it all together, and it just always will have a place in my heart, and this band will always have a place in my heart as well.